first thing that I want to talk about this week is addressing the title and the thumbnail, and that is paying for a BMX video. And before we get into that, I need to talk about exactly what this is and what's going on. So a trailer has dropped for Nathan Williams' new Why Not web video, or web edit, I guess is what you would label it. And with that, in order to watch the entire video, you're going to have to pay for it. It's $4 for the 1080 version and $5 for the 4K version. This is a project that he's been working on with Christian Regal for over 3 years now, and in putting a price tag on this video project, they're kind of venturing into new territory as far as web videos goes, because paying for BMX videos is something that pretty much everyone in BMX has been familiar with since the days of VHSs and DVDs and even web-based projects that people paid to watch online. The difference is there hasn't really been web videos or edits that you had to pay to watch. And I'll admit that at first I was completely turned off by this idea. Like, why would you want to make people pay to watch something like this? And then I thought about it for a little bit longer, and I realized that that is completely wrong. And I think the reason that I originally felt that way was because I create videos for free. I don't expect to get paid or anything like that, and I just do it for the pure passion of loving to make videos. But the difference between that and what's going on here is the fact that this is Christian Regal's job. He is a professional videographer, and Nathan Williams is a professional BMX rider. And in the reality of the BMX world, if this video had a label or a brand attached to it, neither of these guys would be paid fairly for the work that got put in. Christian might get a few $100s, maybe more than that, depending upon which brand's name was on it. And then Nathan, depending upon which brand's name is on it, might not get anything. He might get some product, he might get paid, but the extent of that and the reality of it is that these companies can't afford to pay Christian and Nathan what they actually would deserve for putting in this amount of work and this amount of time into this project. Now we enter into an age of online content creators, and as much as I hate the words creator, content, and influencer, it's the absolute truth, and it can't be denied the fact that some of the viewers, consumers, and fans of these people are willing to directly, monetarily support these people. And in thinking about this, I realized it's completely crazy to be against this, because these guys are putting literal years of their life into this project. Christian Regal, like I said, is a professional videographer. This is his job. Nathan Williams is a professional BMX rider. And the reality of the BMX industry is that these guys would not be paid fairly for this time that they put in. It's just the reality of it. Whether or not we're okay with it, whatever. You guys can decide that for yourselves. But it's just not possible for a BMX company in 2020 to pay these guys what they deserve for doing this and putting this amount of time into it. So why not open it up to the people who are directly enjoying and directly watching this to directly support them for making it? I feel like it only makes sense. This is going to be online eventually for free. We all know that. But putting a paywall on it for the first little bit for the people who actually want to go and directly support Nathan Williams and Christian Regal only makes sense. And I completely didn't mention yet the fact that if you pre-order this, you get entered into a raffle to potentially win Nathan Williams' personal bike or one of 30 plus other items that are in the raffle. So I feel like there's a lot of people out there who are totally willing to support Nathan Williams and Christian Regal for making what we know is going to be an absolutely amazing video for only $4 or $5, especially in the age that we're in, where there are so many people on the internet who are making it on their own because of the people that want to directly support them for whatever it is that they're doing online. And I think that is just almost the purest sense of these things. You do exactly what you want to do. You don't have any influence from a company or a boss or anything like that. You just make exactly what you want to make, put it out there, and then there's people online who might enjoy it enough to want to directly support you in your journey of making that. That's about as pure as it gets, I feel, rather than having to worry about these minuscule paychecks because BMX companies can't afford to pay their riders fairly anymore. Why not open this up to people and let them directly support the riders and the videographers. And then if this becomes normalized, these guys might not have to worry as much about where their next paycheck's coming from or if it's going to be enough. And yes, I realize that there are thousands of videos that come out every year, maybe even tens of thousands of videos that come out. I'm not talking about opening this up for the 1 day power hour edit that only took, 2 hours to make. I'm talking about something that real time and effort and a professional level of just quality gets put into. Something that took 3+ years and traveling all the way from, it says, California to Texas to make. Not, hey, I got my buddy to go and point the camera at me so that I can make this video and maybe you guys will pay me for it. Even so, maybe there should be an online platform where the option to support these people is there. And I do believe that YouTube may be implementing something in the future where you can tip a video. I think there might be other websites where you can already do this. And I think that it just makes sense. If we have a platform, hopefully it ends up being YouTube, where they can tip somebody for what they're doing without actually making them pay it, people can directly support the riders and filmers, and we can see more awesome projects like this made because maybe they can more easily afford it rather than having to go to a brand and ask them for money for a travel budget and ask them to pay the filmer. And then filmers like Christian Regal, who have real movie cameras, have to take time off of making videos that actually make them money to go and do this passion project that really doesn't pay what it really ought to. So with all of that being said, the opposite side of the coin really is, why would you want to make someone pay for this when you've done it all these years to let people just watch it for free or anything like that? And I feel like the answer to that is just making it optional to pay for these things. But sometimes in a case of a video, it takes 3 years to make and countless hours of traveling and riding and literal blood and sweat, who knows, maybe even tears to make. It does make sense to put this price tag on it and let the people who want to support the person do so, and then it's going to end up online for free anyways later. So I am genuinely curious, what are your guys' thoughts on this? Please let me know in the comments down below. And if this ends up being its own video, I hope that you guys enjoyed it. I hope that you guys hit the subscribe button down below if you're new here, so that hopefully we can see you tomorrow for another video. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.